We cannot go follow. I do pray. And me more. I've been working hard. We cannot go follow. I do pray. And me more. We cannot go follow. I do pray. And me more. I've been working hard. We cannot go follow. I do pray. Worship you, worship you. I do pray. Worship you, worship you. I do pray.
Good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray. Ndidi kama, good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray. Why you there in a rush? Waiting be your own, it belong to you. Not be by force, it go come to you. Hey, you feel not get them now, but it go come in June. If you show a little patience, every grass where they green no be pasture. Everybody where they preach no be pastor. Your man run away no be rapture. Why you they do like say you don't know? See on a party, on a party. See on a party. Good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray. Good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray. Brother, look at this. How many kilometers you waka before you buy the motor? Nobody no. Anti-relationship. Nobody no. Every grass where they green no be pasture. Everybody where they preach no be pastor. Your man run away no be rapture. Why you they do like say you don't know? See on a party, on a party. See on a party. Good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray. Ndidi kama, good things come to those where they will hate. Bad things run from those where they pray.
Alright, Chike on that record with the record titled Good Things. Good Things is coming our way this week. Welcome to another edition of Solutions Clinic right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. Good morning to you. My name is Vic Richards. Hope you had a great weekend. Alright, I did mention earlier that we are going to be talking about hepatitis B virus. Now, by way of introduction, about hepatitis B virus or HBV is a DNA virus which is primarily targeting the liver. It's a major global health concern responsible for a significant proportion of chronic hepatitis cases. The virus is transmitted through contact with blood or any body fluids of an infected person, commonly through unprotected sexual activity, sharing of needles, or from an infected mother to a newborn during childbirth. HBV can cause both acute and chronic infection, with chronic cases leading to severe liver conditions, including liver cancer. Vaccination has been proven as the effective way of preventing the HPV infection, contributing to the ongoing efforts to control its spread and the impact on public health. Joining me this morning for that conversation is Dr. Chukwuma Okoli. Good morning to you, Doc. It's great to have you join us.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right. So let's start off the conversation already. And I think my first question will be the words of a doctor I saw on Twitter, Dr. Bernard. And I'm going to read what he wrote, quote him, so you would tell me how factual that is. In his word, he said, many people are scared of HIV, but no, they should be more scared of hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis B is 100 times more infectious than HIV. Put blood from someone with HIV on a table, HIV dies within 3 minutes. Put hepatitis B blood, come back 7 days, and it is alive and can infect. How true is this assertion?
Very true, sir. Yes, HIV in blood sample, in 3 minutes, in breast milk in 15 minutes. Yes, and it's all gone. It's a light virus, okay, and then they don't stay long. But hepatitis B can stay even more than 7 days. It can stay indefinitely on a blood sample, on a hard surface that has even dried up. So if you have an open wound and you put your hand on such, you are at risk as well. Hepatitis B is a very, very infective DNA virus, and it's 100 times deadlier than HIV. It's just because the world is aware about HIV and the fact that when people die from HIV, it destroys the immune system before taking them eventually away, and for that reason, it makes them look shrunken, makes them look wasted, and that's why people are afraid of HIV. But the truth, hepatitis B will wreak more quiet havoc. Both of them are sexually transmitted or through body fluids, sweat, and all that. As a matter of fact, it's not common to say you got HIV by touching an HIV patient, but you can get hepatitis B by touching a hepatitis B infected patient in an acute phase. So in the acute phase, the virus...
Physical touch?
Yes, physical touch. In an acute phase, the virus is found in sweat and body fluids. So such persons can be infected from such contact if the patient is in an active phase.
Let's talk about, the different medium of transmission.
Yes.
Because now you're mentioning, sweat. I'm worried. Because how do you even know that someone is down with hepatitis, for instance?
Now, there's a blessing in disguise about coronavirus. We both know that when you go to the shopping mall, you're careful how you touch the railings, and when you are done, you quickly put on hand sanitizer and you sanitize your hand. And if you can do that for the fear of coronavirus, you also can sanitize your hands when you step out and you come inside for the fear of hepatitis B virus as well. They are both viruses and they are both deadly. Just that in the case of hepatitis B, it takes out the liver and eventually kills the victim from such. Unlike HIV that will destroy the immune system, it doesn't target any organ. Give the appropriate history and get tested adequately. So there are a lot of area of symptoms that should point down to liver disease. It's not peculiar for hepatitis B because almost all ailments involving the liver will, if they're serious, they will come down with jaundice. So the truth is, when you have jaundice, they look at you and say, there is a disease of the liver. Now, what actually is the disease of the liver causing the jaundice? You need to now screen the person for hepatitis B, screen the person, do a liver function test, rule out sepsis. There are a lot of reasons why somebody will turn yellowish without having hepatitis. You could have sepsis, what do we call them, sickle cell disorder or disease patients. Yes, they could come down with that. So a lot of them, eyes are always yellow. Doesn't mean they have a liver issue. It could be any other thing, but at least that's the essence of taking history, and that's the role of a doctor that cannot be downplayed and cannot be handled by any other discipline. You take the appropriate history, then you narrow your thinking to some certain things, and then you now right. Okay, there is this high-grade fever and hepatitis B that comes, and after the fever, as the fever is coming down, then the yellowness of the eye comes. So that's quite classical for hepatitis B infection. So in cases like this, you need to let them take proper history and then run hepatitis B viral infection, and then something can be done from there.
All right. Well, you're listening to Solutions Clinic this morning on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9 FM, and we're talking about hepatitis B virus. Dr. Chukuma Okoli is here to give answers to the questions that you have. So this is me reminding you that we're streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube at Solutions 939 FM. So do well to jump in on the platform. If you have questions in that regard concerning hepatitis B, or you know someone who is dealing with that ailment currently, you want to call them to tune into the station and send in questions or concerns that they have. For WhatsApp or regular text, you can do that via this number 0904 422 2939 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. All right, Doc, vaccination is said to be one of the major ways of building immunity against hepatitis B.
It's prevention.
Talk to us about the potency of the vaccination and
Not to be infected with hepatitis B than to have hope of treating it. Yes, there are no cures are not in view. People try, but no doctor will tell you, "Oh, come to me, I'll cure you of hepatitis B." It's not possible. So it's best not to have it at all. Now we preach vaccines for the newborns, and then for pregnant women who already have hepatitis B, we vaccinate their children with hepatitis B immunoglobulin vaccine. It's different from the one given during regular routine immunization that people go for, HBV1, HBV2.
oh, it's not among the
No, it's not. Globulin vaccine, and it should be given within 72 hours. As a matter of fact, why wait for 72 hours?
of birth.
Yes, after birth. But the question is, why wait for 72 hours? Just deliver the child, and once you're done, vaccinate this child. You save a lot. You save a whole lot if you do this. And that's it. But there are a lot of people with it, and they've had beautiful babies, and the babies are fine, and they're negative. So once the instruction is followed. Okay, so for those who are not hepatitis B and they deliver, ensure that you vaccinate your children. Follow the immunization schedule. It is found in every health center all over the country, and then it's found in hospitals as well. I mean, immunization schedules for those who give immunizations. Okay, so it's found over there. So please endeavor that you take your wards to the food, just to monitor the spread of the virus, and then they give antiviral agents or medications to help. All these are to help then to strengthen the immune, because ultimately it's the immune system that help with it, just to manage. It's just like hypertension, it's just like diabetes. When it comes, you manage. Nobody will tell you, "I'll cure you of hypertension, it will go." That's not true. You can only manage it.
How long is the potency of the vaccine? Like for the child that was given after 72 hours, is it for life?
Yes, not after 72, within
72
the
hours.
expiration
Okay.
of 72 hours. Yes, for life. What I mean by for life is that once you give that vaccine to the child, you are 95 to 98% sure that the child will not seroconvert and be hepatitis B positive. And then, of course, after 6 months, you run the test, and then you still continue with the immunization schedule, though. Okay, that is just a top-up, because that quickly targets any form of vaccine, and fever is not attacked in any way. Now, let me also say, for those who failed to vaccinate their children, I wish them well. If those children turn up to have hepatitis B eventually, by age 5, they may actually have a liver failure eventually. So, all these things are statements of facts and probabilities, though. So it's best to prevent them than to say you want to manage them. So please, if you have somebody, if you know any pregnant woman who tells you she is hepatitis B positive, please impress it to her ears that she must buy the vaccine. It's quite expensive, But then you can't buy life, even if it is sold for 50,000 or whatever. It's not up to that though, but you can't buy life. So what's my suggestion? Buy the vaccine and ensure that your baby is injected. Most times in our center, we inject the babies right in front of the caregivers. I mean the parents, so to speak, or the caregivers. We inject the child right in front of them. That means we withdraw the injection in front of them and we inject the patient right in front of them. It is not the mother that should be injected. And then for those of you that might be thinking, but when I delivered the other time, they gave me an injection. Rogam is not the same as hepatitis B immunoglobulin vaccine. The mother is injected in the case of Rogam because she has an blood ABO incompatibility issue. It is not the same as hepatitis B. In hepatitis B, that the mother is already positive, you inject her child to ensure that the child will
milk. A mother can transfer disease to the baby.
Yeah, so those things. But of course, if the child is adequately immunized, okay, you can allow the mother to breastfeed. So we've seen situations where mothers who have read so much come up to say, hey, I don't want to breastfeed. And we tell them, no problem, you don't want to breastfeed, let us simply put her on formula feeding and everybody will be addressed.
Fair enough. Well, I'll be taking these questions that you have in hepatitis B very shortly, so do well to send in those questions to the Facebook live stream or WhatsApp. That's 0904 422 2939. 0904 422 2939. Now, I was told that the vaccination is in batches, and like you rightly mentioned, I think the last time I asked of the price, I think they said about 30,000 naira. So just to get a confirmation, is it that you pay the 30,000 for one-time vaccination or for the 3 batches?
Okay, now prevent any insect from coming in. You now drop things to prevent any. So this is it. The hepatitis B immunoglobulin vaccine is the sniper you pushed in to kill all the insects. So the room is free from any form of insect.
Okay.
Having done this, you now put measures to prevent any new insect from entering the room. That is the routine HBV1, HBV2 that people now take afterwards. But before they get to that HBV1, HBV2, kill off every stray DNA, rubbish, hepatitis B virus that mistakenly found its way into the baby's blood, pushing that immunoglobulin and destroy it. Having destroyed it, you now bring in your HBV1, HBV2 to say, let's build an immunity against subsequent, against any interference, exactly, encroachment. So you build your immunity against it.
So do you have to take the HB first?
No.
Before
it's the immunoglobulin first.
Okay.
That's why we say within the first 72 hours of life.
Is that just peculiar to babies or generally now? Can I take it, for instance?
No, if you want to take, there is a hepatitis B vaccine for adults. That means they will have tested you, and you are negative. Then they give you the hepatitis B vaccine for the adults.
Okay.
Yes, anybody can take that. I too, we encourage people, to take routinely the hepatitis B vaccine. But the one for the babies we're talking about is babies born to mothers who have this hepatitis B virus. So you want to prevent trouble, then you give them the immunoglobulin. That's why I stress that word, immunoglobulin, within the first 3 days of life, so that you kill off every guy that found his way by mistake into the bloodstream. Having done that, you can now start your scheduled immunization to build immunity against any subsequent encroachment.
So what's the time frame for the batches? I think 6 months intervals.
No, we have the 6 weeks, we have the 12 weeks, we have the 6 weeks, 10 weeks. They have the schedule, and every baby goes through that. It's structured even up to a year and a half, vitamin A and so on and so forth. So that's structured for all babies.
All right, let's start off with some questions this morning. Remember to do that. The number is 0904 422 2939. 0904 422 2939. For calls, it will be 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. Good morning, Solutions FM. Good morning, Doctor. This is my first time on the show. My question is regarding body fluid, like you mentioned. Is kissing part of it?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Saliva is body fluid.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Of course, yes. I'll understand. At this juncture, we have to just nail everything properly.
Wow. Well, I think it now makes sense why you should be more worried about hepatitis, not HIV, because HIV, you don't get the virus.
Yes.
Oh, this is serious. Wow. Okay. All right. Another question here is, good morning to you, Solutions FM. What advice would you give someone who have taken the 2 shots but missed the 3rd one and it's been over a year?
Start again.
So let's start from the first one.
Yep.
Wow. So it's not potent anymore.
It's just best to start again.
But that's the free one, are you? Relatively free.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not even concerned about the money now.
No, just, I mean,
okay,
Nigerians will
of
always be
course.
concerned
Yes,
about money
it's
to
true.
do things like this.
It's
I guess
true.
that's why the person is asking, am I going back to, just take the 3rd one or
most,
to just...
most likely the person paid. I think at this juncture, I'll just say, please, son, man, just go. Just go see the people involved and discuss with them, okay? I know the fear is always there, but then if you consider the fear, you won't step out of your house. If you consider the fear, okay, if I considered the fear, I won't be in the studio because the studio is a public place. Exactly. So let's go out, get vaccinated.
Well, this whole thing is just making me think wide and broad because what can you do? I mean, it was COVID that really brought in the consciousness of
all
hand
viral ailments.
Yes, but COVID is out and we're back to our regular way of living. And I mean, nobody carries. I mean, not to generalize, but most people do not even carry the hand sanitizers anymore, or even the face mask. So it's seeming as though there's a possibility that all of us might just come down with this thing if we're not careful.
Well, not everybody is in the active phase. So that's
okay. I think that's something we must emphasize. So you mentioned the acute phase. That's where it gets easily transmitted.
Exactly. Many people are not. I've met with people who are not in active phase, and we still hug. We hug, we touch. No, so I wouldn't say, no, don't touch me. No, it doesn't follow.
It brings back the conversation on stigmatization too, because at the end of the day, if you can't even define, if you just heard this person has hepatitis and you can't define the stage
that's the point.
You find yourself avoiding this person.
That's the point, and that's why we in fact, this was one thing we battled for years about stigmatization, especially with HIV. So it doesn't exist. There's no room for stigmatization, please. No room for it. Not everybody is in active phase. Not everybody can infect. As a matter of fact, like one of our teachers once told us, he said, many of you have come in contact with several agents that could kill you, and you are still here and you don't have them. That's because your immune system has taken care of it. So we owe it to your parents to say thank them, or thank you, parents, for taking care of your wards so their immune system is strong and they can go through this training of the medical school.
Fair enough. Good morning. My name is Titi. I know a pregnant woman who has hepatitis B and is really worried about the baby getting infected. What should we do? I think we already addressed this.
We have addressed that.
Yes.
The baby has to deliver in a center where they know that the baby should get the hepatitis B immunoglobulin vaccine. So that should be paid for and then available. It is always kept in a very cold state. So the suggestion will be, get to the company that sells, pay in advance, keep the receipts. The moment your baby arrives, go back there, get it that very day and inject.
All right. Yes, I'm checking from here. Okay. Another message here says, good morning, my name is Miraculous. I have someone I know in the same class in UI, who is dealing with the virus right now. Since I discovered, I tried to avoid the person almost all the time.
Wow.
The person initially told me, and I try to keep it from everyone.
No.
I hope I'm doing it right by not telling anybody.
Of course, yes, you are doing it right by not telling, but don't avoid the person. I mean, is it because you're told, okay, what if I tell you I have COVID? What would you do? If I mention I had COVID, now everybody will jump out of this city, right?
I mean, it's only right.
So, so if you can't run away from somebody who has COVID, why run away from someone that has hepatitis B? Either of them are deadly. Even hepatitis B, we say it's deadlier, okay? But COVID kills faster. So what? Just go get your hand sanitizers, hug, do everything you want to do, and just clean your hands and go away. It can't get you. It can't, no. How about those of us in the medical world who have,
Right.
in fact, during the
Right.
during the COVID, we were so busy, we were operating at least 3-4 times a week. And we even heard about doctors that did surgeries and died afterwards. It didn't stop us. We still took patients into the theater and we operated. And we prayed to God. And God took control. So what? And we're still here.
God will take control. Just
Amen.
do what you need to do. Good morning, Doc. This is Phil. Please, Doc,
Okay.
can you shed more light on the test and qualification for vaccination as adults? For adults who have taken first dose and second dose and are awaiting third dose, still within their vaccination circle, if one comes in contact with the hepatitis B patient, since the contact is by any bodily fluid,
Yes.
what is your advice and take on it? And can you please explain what acute and active phase means?
Okay, acute is the same as active. You brought that to light. Yes, it's the same. Acute, active. Acute phase means that the body fluids are emitting and producing the viruses, and then one can infect another. For instance, if an hepatitis B patient is in the active phase of ailment, okay, and then he comes in and puts his hand on the table, any other person who puts his hand on that table tends to pick the virus away. Yes, so that's the acute or active phase. They are almost interchangeably, they are the same. So for those that have had their first and second vaccines and you came in contact with someone who you perceive could be nurturing the virus, first things first, go do an hepatitis B surface antigen test. Okay, so if it turns out negative, go get the vaccine. That's simple.
Fair enough. Another comment or question here. This is from Dio, and he says, I had my vaccine in 2007. Is it still active till now?
Go get another one.
I thought you said it was live.
No, what I
2007.
what
That's like 2007 till now is, wow, that's a long time.
it's a long time. This is the idea. Now, how many vaccines have been given? That's the point. We give 3, and it confers lifelong, just like tetanus 2 does.
Yeah.
So if you haven't completed your vaccination, then go get it. And this time around, start up and finish it. Even having done all that, having been vaccinated does not make you immune to it, meaning you should still protect yourself. If you want to have a sexual contact, protect yourself. I always tell people, and especially when I have opportunity to counsel people, that family planning only prevents pregnancy. It doesn't prevent HIV, hepatitis B, any form of infection, syphilis, gonorrhea. It doesn't prevent infertility from these things. So what am I saying? Even if you've been vaccinated and you feel you have a lifelong protection, still don't get yourself exposed. I lost a patient recently. Fight over 2,000 naira, and they used a rusted cutlass to wound themselves. And that's how we lost one of them. It hurts. It hurts. So painful. Unfortunately, the wound has healed before he had his first first spasm. And it was so bad he couldn't make it. So what would you say? Because you have a lifelong immunity, then you cut yourself with anything you see and say, I won't get tetanus. Let's not joke. It's not a joking matter. So get vaccinated and still observe protocol. Okay, because you have protection against COVID-19, then you now say, oh, I want to go and be sleeping in the isolation center. Nothing will happen to me. Just like I saw the video of a pastor holding a snake on the internet yesterday. And the pastor is dead now.
Wow.
That the venom eventually killed him. I don't know how true that is. So why would you expose yourself to things and say because you have one form of protection or the other? please
Live
let's
carelessly.
Yes, let's be careful.
All right, Jamal says, good morning to you, Doc. I have had my vaccine, but I would like for you to shed more light on HPV vaccine.
HP.
HPV, I don't know
I
what
think that's the human papilloma virus.
Okay,
That's a discussion for another day. That's
Oh,
cervical
okay.
cancer, cervical cancer, and all that.
Oh, what is the question for him? Does it concern men?
He was asking. Oh no, that's HPV. That's cervical cancer. Women
Okay.
probably has heard
That's
about
for someone.
HPV. Yes, and all the genital warts and all that is involved in it.
All right. Well, if you want to call in to ask a question in that regard, please call 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. We're talking about hepatitis B virus this morning, and we've touched quite preventive measures. And right now, we're going to dive into treatment. So, for someone who has come down with hepatitis, gone for a test, seen the result, and of course, heard all of this conversation, I'm sure it might bring a lot of fear into them.
Yes.
So, I guess my question would be,
There's no cure.
okay.
That's why I said it's better prevented than managed. So, if it's been confirmed that such a person has hepatitis B, well, the next, visit the hospital and have a discussion with your physician. We know people who have this. Some are just carriers. Most of them are just carriers, and they are living their life. They've had their family, and they are doing fantastically well. So it's not a death sentence. It can be managed. Remember, everything ultimately dwells with the immune system. Okay, so if you are eating well, taking fruits and everything necessary, you will live your good life to the fullest.
Fair enough. Okay, this is not a question, Olalekon. It's a contribution, I'm guessing. He says, HPV needs more awareness than we actually thought. The virus is spreading with ease without people noticing. Get vaccinated today and stay healthy. I've had my vaccination earlier this year. I think that's what you're going to write, or you wanted to write. Thank you very much for that comment. All right, Samuel says, Doc, good morning to you. This is very insightful. I am really, really worried. Do you know, where he can get the HPV virus? Any public?
Okay, the vaccine.
Yes,
of
the
course,
vaccine.
like I said.
I said virus. Jesus Christ.
Like I said, any health center, any good health center will do. Just walk into one and speak with them that you want to get the vaccine. Though, in recent times, I've been hearing people say, if you are in Ibadan, go to UCH. That's mostly what I hear people say. In UCH, you get it. That's, of course, the prime center for most stuffs around here. So you can get in UCH. It's not commonly found in private hospitals.
Oh, okay. Okay, so public health center, UCH, as doctor has mentioned, you can, go find it there. All right, your conclusion on this?
Yeah, I mean, conclusion, hepatitis B is 100 times deadlier than HIV. So don't think that you can only be careful with HIV. But the truth is the prevention is the same. If you want to have sexual contact, you use barrier method, as you use your condoms, and then contraception does not prevent you from having hepatitis B and HIV. So you have to be careful. Whatever you do it with some sense. Okay, and if someone tells you he or she is having a high temperature and all that, or probably you notice somebody is having a yellowness of the eye, please make sure you have your hand sanitizers with you. Don't say because COVID is gone. COVID is not completely gone, and hepatitis B is ravaging quietly. Use your hand sanitizers effectively and advise such people to get a doctor's attention in the hospital. Stay safe and stay well. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chukwuma Okoli, for such great thought and insights on hepatitis B virus this morning. I, for one, have been enlightened on that, and I'm sure that my decisions will be informed moving forward. I hope you do same as well, because, I mean, the greatest gift a man can have right now is good health. It will save you from a lot. So make sure that you prioritize your health and stay healthy, because a healthy life is your ticket to a wealthy life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your questions and your contributions to the program this morning. I'll be back next week, Monday, with yet another insightful conversation on health. My name is Vic Richards. Have yourself a fruitful Monday. Good morning to you.
My name is Olatoye Ujo Baba Funke, LGA Supervisor for Breakthrough Action Nigeria TB Intervention. Tuberculosis is real. Everyone is at a risk of contracting tuberculosis. So, my sister, please check that cough. My brother, check that cough. Check the night sweat. Check that weight loss. TB testing and treatment is free at any primary health center. So please save your life and save the lives of those around you. Keep listening to Solutions Clinic on Solutions 93.9 FM. Thank you.
Get ready to supercharge your life as we dive deep into the latest trends in health, expert insights, and practical tips to help you live your healthiest and happiest life. Catch the Rhythm of Wellness with Vic Richards on Solutions Clinic every Monday from 10:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Solutions 93.9 as we journey into the world of nutrition, fitness, mental health, and other holistic approaches in the world of health. Don't miss out on the valuable information that can transform your well-being, because a healthy life is your ticket to a wealthy life.
Santa Claus is now right here at Solutions 93.9 FM, kids, and you can have a fantastic end of the year party also. With just 2,000 Naira, you can see Santa Claus right here, and guess what? With the same ticket, you gain entrance into Solutions 93.9 FM's annual Kiddies End of the Year party.
Party after party, after party, after party.
Parents, schools, churches, and organizations. From December 1, 2023, Santa Claus will be here with goodie bags for your kids. With this token, you can allow your kids to experience the wonders of Christmas and the pleasurable end of the year season. If you demand, we can also transfer Santa Claus to your schools, your churches, and your organizations and anywhere at a discounted rate. All you have to do is reach out to us at 100 Obafemi Awolowo Way, Aweni House, Okeado, Ibadan. Or you can contact us on 0817-452-0785 or 0818-090-5832. Solutions 93.9 FM Santa's Grotto. Let the kids breathe.